How'd you close your door? Nope. What's
My
going
door
on,
is
everybody?
closed.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the last day.
What's
We're kind of late tonight, so
what's up? What's up,
let's get
everyone?
this.
How y'all doing? How you
Still
doing,
talking.
Ace?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Flash?
I've been all right. I'm looking forward to this episode. I am. I do not know what's in store for us tonight, but it looks like we have a lot to talk about that happened, especially with Christmas Day and some other things, and some SEC not looking too strong in that bowl games. Won't you say?
Yep. 0-3 or 0-4 by now, I think.
Who's the fourth one?
And Texas A&M and Missouri all lost.
I wouldn't count it Texas A&M because unfortunately it's just due to situations and circumstances of the pandemic. In my eyes, they're 0-3, and I'm not even like supporting the SEC in this
Yeah.
one. I
So
think
it's 0-3. It's 0-3.
I mean, we have a lot to talk about, especially with one of those SEC AAC games that we're talking about, and it's not the Auburn Houston game, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get right into it. All right, hit it.
No, we got to do like, share, subscribe. Running Guns back, but next week or the week after. You know where to find us. Go head over to YouTube if you want to go have a comment. You know, we interact like as you saw with the Freddie Stevenson interview Wednesday. We have the hot topics, college football, NFL, NBA. You know what's going on. Be a friend, tell a friend. You guys know the routine. Let's get this mojo going for 2022 coming up. Our last episode of 2021 tonight, guys. Can be wild. Kind of crazy. We already done with this year. But anyway, with that being said, go hit that intro, JP. So let's just get this show on the road.
All right, I'm gonna let you start this up, Ace.
All right, I'm gonna do the kickoff. All right, so as we know, Monday Night Football we always start with, which was Suns winning their 7th straight game against the what should I say, the preseason squad Saints. That's a fair one, 20 to 3.
No, that is your Saints. So we're gonna
preseason Saints. I'm calling them a preseason team. They had their entire practice squad playing.
All right. The only person that was actually practice squad is the quarterback.
No, he was never on the practice squad. Like they literally had 22 guys missing. That game should have been postponed. Don't get me started. That game should have never happened.
If you haven't seen the Twitter wars between him and Jordan Peoples, that was a lot of fun to see, ladies and gentlemen. If you actually got to see that, there's a lot of smack talking going on, saying how Saints fans are the whiniest of the bunch in the NFL.
That's a star on their helmet.
Oh my god. It's a shame that y'all won't even make the playoffs. I'm sorry.
At least you know what? We still have a shot. You guys, I mean, Seattle Seahawks are already sitting home. They already have their worst season. They're already done worse.
The damage is done. What can we do? All right. What could we do? Oh my goodness. Anywho, what I love about that game was the
waddle.
The waddle by Jalen Waddle. I love that. The little waddle dance. It's about time he did it. I hope he does it more. Make it
He did it last week too. Or not last week, the week before. It's becoming more and more of a thing with him. But that being said, I mean, let's get over into that football game where the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, absolutely steamrolled the Washington team. That's a good fun fact.
That Seattle's is in position. Where's record is he? Yeah, you know what? It is what it is. I think there's a lot of things that's what's going on.
It's kind of weird with Dallas. I mean, they've been looking they had like a rough stretch in November, and then all of a sudden they got that game against New York. They steamrolled them. They get to Washington twice. They steamroll them both times. I mean, the Cowboys. I mean, Kellen Moore is gonna get some phone calls, which we'll talk about later on for head coaching gigs. But I mean, it's kind of weird just to see Cowboys like their defense has been playing well. That's the surprising part. I mean, Trayvon Diggs. I mean, what kind of throw Taylor Heineke was making, I don't know, but the Michael Parsons looks like a. I think he's gonna win Defensive Rookie of the Year probably. So it's not much of a question. But Washington's got a quarterback issue, and they have their own COVID issues right now too. So I mean, Flash, what do you guys say about that? And then if you want to step in, I guess take care of something right there before we move on.
About the Cowboys?
Yeah,
Cowboys might be one of the dark horses in the NFC, to be honest. They look better than the Cardinals right now, as much I hate to say it, but I mean, I think the Cowboys
Cardinals
are.
got issues.
Cardinals got some bigger
Cardinals
issues
got some
going
big.
on. I think it's those December woes we were talking about, but we'll talk about the Cardinals in a moment. I think Cowboys are probably one of the best teams in the NFC, and no one. I don't think they're not getting attention they deserve, unfortunately, because of how obnoxious that fan base can be at times by the media. So we'll have to wait and see. But right now, I think the Cowboys are in prime position to make a decent playoff run. I'll be right
Yeah, I
back,
think so too.
folks.
They have.
I have a situation I must take care of in the meantime, so hang on.
All right. With him doing that, I'm gonna say with the Cowboys, the part with the offense that's shocking is Ezekiel Elliott. He doesn't look like he's even 80% healthy, and yet he's still getting his touchdowns. And then Tony Pollard's coming in with the I don't want to say he's like a drill, but he's coming in fast, and he's like with that explosiveness. It's kind of wild to see with them. I don't think they've had a solid running duo like in a long time. Is what I'm saying. But with that being said, and running passing combination. Let's go over with the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, talk about a steamroll with Dallas. They had their own steamroll with the how should I say this? The cornerless Ravens. I don't know how to say that exactly because they have no corners whatsoever. But I mean, the Bengals are the only team to have two 1,000-yard receivers this season with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. So I mean, that's crazy to think about. With all the other teams in the NFL, they have like I guess you could well basically the best wide receiver duo in the league. You have Joe Mixon also having 1,000 yards on the ground, and Joe Burrow making his case onto why he should have been in the Pro Bowl over Lamar Jackson. Which, to be fair, he really should have been over in the Pro Bowl over Lamar in the first place. But I mean, he dropped 500 yards this week against the Ravens, and the Bengals right now are sitting, I think, at the top of the AFC North, and JP was trashing them whatever week it was because they had a game where they should have won it, should have took the control of the AFC North, and they didn't. But this week they handle their business. They have, I think, Kansas City this week, probably the game of the week. Should it
Who
be
has Kansas City this week? Bengals?
Cincinnati? I'm talking about. Yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun. I would say pop your popcorns for that one. I would love,
Oh yeah.
but I mean, I want to see how Joe Burrow could face against this Kansas City defense because this Kansas City defense is looking phenomenal while their offense is still suspect at times. You want to know what's crazy? You haven't heard a lot of Patrick Mahomes this year after Week 5. Makes you think a little bit. Hey, so your audio's messed up. Your audio's messed up. All right, so it's nice to know that the Bengals. I don't know if Ace already mentioned this or not, but Joe Mixon got over 1,000 rushing yards this season, and they have two wide receivers, and Higgins and Jamar Chase, and having 1,000 yards. That's very impressive for a season. So I am excited what they could do. I mean, I would love to see them to be in the playoffs this season. Very exciting for them. I mean, even if they're like a first or second round out, I mean, the future looks very bright in Cincinnati. So, I mean, I think the Bengals fans have endured enough, and it looks like they're in a prime position to make some noise in that AFC. Obviously, this week versus the Chiefs is going to tell the tale on this young Bengals team versus a somewhat experienced yet dysfunctional Kansas City Chief. So, we shall see. Anyways, so let's keep it moving. Antonio Brown has returned to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they look phenomenal as Antonio Brown has had 10, 100 plus yards games this season.
No, not 10, 100 plus. 10 catches with 100 yards
Oh my
this
god.
week.
Come on. Why you set it up like that, man?
I do it all the way like this.
It's terrible. It got me I'm literally reading. Oh my god. Anyways, let's keep it moving. So Antonio Brown has had 10 catches for 100 plus yards. That is very impressive for a so-called second. Was he number 2 wide receiver?
Number 3.
It was number 3 right now.
Well, not right now, but he was before Godwin got hurt. Now he's number 1 because Evans is also hurt.
I mean, that says a lot that Antonio Brown might be better than we think he is. If Chris Godwin says that he's going to chase the bag out of Tampa, Antonio Brown is going to be that guy. I mean, I hope he stays in that number 2 role while Mike Evans deal with most of the bigger coverage. But it's going to be good to see what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can do.
I liked how he was roasting and toasting Stephon Gilmore. That was the funny one. I was making some jokes on that one. I was like, wow. I guess 2019 was not the year for people to win awards because, I mean, you had Gilmore after that year when he won Defensive Player of the Year. He goes and he has his quad injuries and he gets sent out of New England into now with Michael Thomas. He hasn't even played for the last 2 years since he's won it. And McCaffrey, who should have been co-offensive player of the year, he hasn't even played much either. So I mean, 2019's player of the years have been struggling, and Antonio Brown just cooked Stephon all the way to no man land. All right, before I start with that, we're going to continue on with your defense. I just want to chime in.
No, I was about to ask him what you think about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense as of right now.
Well, I mean, right now they've had, I think, what? JP's checked me, I think it's what? 6 points allowed in the last, or what, 15 points allowed in the last 2 games? Not entirely sure about that, but I think it's 15. Like, what, 9 and 6? Yeah, that's 15. 15 points in the last 2 games. I don't think it's been a touchdown allowed either. So, I mean, that's also a good thing for them. And you have, I think they have some injuries up front right now with COVID. I know Levante's out to the playoffs. So, and I think Shaq Barrett had a sprained ACL and MCL, so they should get him back for the playoffs. But I mean, they've been playing really good right now, and they've been carrying me in one of my fantasy leagues to the championship, so I'll take it.
That's some great stuff to hear for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, and I think Tampa Bay's fan base should be very proud of that. The loyal Tampa Bay Bucs fans, I should say, not the ones that came on this past year. So
see,
they have only surrendered 15 points in the last 2 games. All field goals. I mean,
and they only won one of those games. So
I must state though, those past 2 games they were facing against backup quarterbacks. I must mention that.
Carolina doesn't even have a starting quarterback. They have a co-quarterback room. I don't even know what the hell they have going on there.
It's co-quarterbacking. It sometimes happens. It's not common, but it does happen. Anyways, right, let's go on and let's talk about the Seabirds. What the hell is going on with those Seattle Seahawks? I do not know. Russell Wilson looks like he is probably mentally checked out for the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to go on and bite the bait on that one. I'm going to go ahead and take the bait that Russell Wilson is done in Seattle. There's no way you can convince him to come back. And you know what? I mean, before he got hurt, there was a sense that he wasn't protected enough throughout the early part of the season. I think I should mention as well.
The defense
looked somewhat more tuned up a little bit during that Steelers game, but then after that, it looked like they fell apart and let a Matt Nagy offense just tear them apart. Like
that was a funny one, but I mean,
I'm lost for words there. I think Seattle should just start Geno Smith this next game and just walk out.
Just call it for the season. That's what you're saying. Last 2 games, just throw the towel.
Yeah, just start Geno Smith the next few games. I mean, you might as well have some fun in that, right? So let's just do that.
I mean, I was looking for a garbage can in my room, but I forgot I don't have one. But if I did, I would bring it and I'll just put it on the camera and that's what the Seattle Seahawks are right now. Hot garbage. Because I mean, they turned down an offer. I think Chicago offered them like 3 first-round picks and a couple Pro Bowl players. And they said no. Yeah, that offer ain't coming this offseason. I don't care. I any front office is gonna give Seattle 3 first-round picks for Russell Wilson after the season he's had. He hasn't been good at all.
All right, slow down, Mr. Ace. All right, we're gonna let one season after Russell Wilson coming back from an injury determine that no one's gonna give him 3 first-round picks for him. Someone's gonna bite the bait.
He wasn't even that great before he got hurt.
He was solid before he got hurt. Now after he got hurt, he was very questionable. So, I mean, who knows? We shall see. I mean, but I mean, I think that statement there was a little extreme there. Now,
Nah, I don't think anybody's giving 3 first-round picks for Wilson this year.
okay,
Only
maybe
New York
2.
is stupid enough.
Okay, maybe 2, but second of all,
2, but not 3.
Remember when Augusto says that the New York Giants are actually should be somewhat considered for Russell Wilson? I am not too sure about that anymore. After seeing, I don't know if Russell Wilson should even consider going to the New York Giants unless he really wants out of Seattle. Because after seeing them re-sign that GM,
they re-signed Gettleman? No way they did.
Or they re-signed somebody and everyone's like, no, the Giants is bad. I have to check my source on that one. I might be totally off.
What? Nah, they did not re-sign Gettleman. No way. They were going to fire Gettleman and keep Joe Judge. That's what it is. I think you're seeing.
Hang on. I need to check.
Oh, boy. No, but I'm pretty sure that I know for a fact they said they're going to keep Joe Judge and because they like him a lot, but they're not going to keep Gettleman. No way in hell they keep Gettleman. But, I mean, with Russ, to New York, the only reason why I say that's going to happen is because they have the wide receivers and running back with Saquon. The offensive line could use some work, but I mean...
Yeah, you're correct. They are going to bring back Joe Judge and Daniel Jones for 2022 season.
Yeah, that one. I don't know about that Daniel Jones one.
That was on the ESPN articles, and we know ESPN can be very suspect at times, so...
No. Judge, yes. Jones, hell no. All right.
I don't know. Everything about Giants could probably use a clean house if you want me to consider having Russell Wilson there.
Yep.
All right, let's keep it moving.
All right. Shout out Tennessee for winning with all their they've had a weird season this year, I think. Titans, Ravens, Saints are the 3 main teams that have had weird seasons. But just shout out them before we move on to the NBA.
Should we mention something about the Packers about a fluke win over the Browns?
Kamara had 6 touchdowns last year, and Baker Mayfield almost had 6 turnovers this season. That's what I got to say for that game.
Okay. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's keep it moving.
All right. You want to talk about this Cat Westbrook beef and Draymond coming to defend Westbrook?
I would not call it beef. I think this Cat is just being an idiot with that statement. Karl Anthony Towns is no position to talk about Russell Westbrook like that. Also, Steph Van Gundy should not be even talking about Westbrook like that after one bad game. It's like everyone is out there to nitpick him after one bad game. So that's my take on that. I'm not feeling the BS with that.
Not even the Draymond.
No, Draymond's right.
I know Draymond's right.
Karl Anthony Towns was caught being on the floor even though they're down 20, with a minute left in the game, trying to pad up the stats. So, I
think the one that got me laughing is that Russell Westbrook has more triple doubles than Cat got career wins, 190 to 185. So.
That's actually pretty bad for Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, he was the first pick in 2015.
Russell Westbrook has also got most of those triple doubles while Karl Anthony Towns was in the league.
Yep, Cat got drafted in 2015, so it's 6 years in the league. There's 82 games in a season, so Tony win only 185. That's pretty bad.
I don't think Karl Anthony Towns is not in a position to say that. I think Joel Embiid said something too. I don't know if I could fact check that, or that was something a while back. It's something I found on social media. So
I mean, what would happen if this is more of a hypothetical, right? So I mean, remember how they were saying how the Lakers were interested in Ben Simmons, right? So how do you think the dynamic would work if Russell Westbrook ended up with a Joel Embiid? I feel like he's gonna crucify him, but still.
Let the Lakers do whatever they want. The Lakers fans are not the smartest
No,
in the
I mean
bunch.
Philly fans is gonna crucify Westbrook if he ends up there.
I would not say crucify. I mean, would it be rough for him? Yeah, but I don't think it won't be as rough as the Lakers. I mean, if it's a straight Russell Westbrook and Ben Simmons swap, do you understand how lethal that 76ers team could be? Do you understand?
Philadelphia is so delusional. They think they can get a Westbrook and like they think they can get like multiple first round picks or whatever and a good player.
Okay, I don't know about that. I mean, the most they may get along with Westbrook is probably Monk or whoever the Lakers don't want. I mean, but regardless, the Philadelphia 76ers team, as constructed right now, with Seth Curry and Danny Green and a few other of those boys, will be very lethal with a guy like Russell Westbrook on the court. That floor is going to be ideal spacing for that man. And having a solid big like Joel Embiid is like the perfect fit for a guy like Russell Westbrook. So, I mean, I'm all for it. Get him out of LA. I never wanted him in LA, to be frank. I don't think the Lakers fans deserve a guy like Russell Westbrook.
Well, since we're talking about,
they never wanted him there in the first place. So that's my take.
All right. Well, since we're talking about the Lakers, I'm gonna say something. I said that I think a couple of weeks ago, but there's some reason this Lakers team is giving me the same vibes that I got back in I think it was 2017 and LeBron's last year in Cleveland, where he was just like it was just ready. He just traded everybody at the trade deadline, if you remember that one, and then he made the run to the finals again. I don't know why, but I just get that feeling that's exactly what's going to happen with this Lakers team, except Anthony Davis is the only guy not getting traded. Like Kevin Love was the only guy not traded in Cleveland.
I mean,
every guy's going to get traded on the Lakers beside AD.
I mean, AD was arguably playing worse than Westbrook this year.
I know, but they're not going to trade Anthony Davis. They think he'll be the franchise guy once LeBron retires. So
I don't know, man. I mean, if there's someone that they really need to get out of LA right now, it's probably going to be DeAndre Jordan. But yeah,
I still think they need to give a call for Miles Turner, but that's just me. But you want to talk about just COVID and bringing back these guys that you just like a blast from the past? We got guys like ISO Joe, CJ Miles, Greg Monroe, and Darren Collinson all just making NBA comebacks. I think J.R. Smith even said, "Hey, I'm ready. I mean, I'm playing golf right now and going to school, but I mean, if you need me, I'll come back on the court." Essentially, what he said. So, I mean, this COVID thing is bringing back everybody. They're bringing back everybody.
They should try to bring back Shumpert first.
I mean, who would you want to see come back in the NBA before we go into next set of stuff for the NBA? Like, who do you think COVID should cost a team to bring back? I mean, we're seeing like even DeMarcus Cousins is going over and thriving up in Milwaukee. So I mean, who do you think can come back and produce?
I do not know at this moment of time. I mean, I don't know. Monte Ellis? That was a joke.
I was about to say he's on the pace. The Nuggets, and I'm like, wait, no, that's Monte Morris. Oh, we have a comment. JP said, "Bring back Vince Carter for the hell of it." I think.
I think Vince Carter is done. Vince Carter is done. Reggie Miller said, "Hey, he's not going to come back."
Reggie Miller said he'd come back just if no one plays. But they have to play zone defense. He isn't playing no man defense. He only playing zone.
How about Lance Stevenson?
Rayon just comes back for his record. Tell Rayon for his record one more time.
Have Lance Stevenson come back on, but Lance Stevenson has to go to Indianapolis. Or,
Indiana.
Indiana. They have to put him there. No other team. Indy.
That's the only team he's good on.
That's the only team he's relevant on and he's good on. So I'm just gonna say that right now. No. Larry Bird is fat now. That's not happening.
I don't fat shame nobody now, Flash. Come on.
Larry Bird is out of shape. He's out of shape. That's not happening. You're more likely to get Kobe Bryant out of the dead before you get that to happen.
Okay, no, we're done. Moving on. All right, moving on. So, what Orlando?
Oh, you could get on Meta World Peace.
What didn't he change his name again?
I
Someone
no.
changed it back to. He changed something. Yes, bring back the Bad Boy Pistons.
I mean, who they could. Nah, no. I mean, heck, you might as well just bring back.
Come
You might
back.
as well bring back Michael Jordan at that point.
Just
At
bring
that
back
point,
Shaq for the fun.
oh my god. Who else? What? I think we should keep it moving. Did you really put down Kemba Walker returns to the court with a vengeance? Did you really put that?
Well, he did
Yeah,
win. The
he
Eastern
had
Conference Player of the Week.
that Christmas game was not a vengeance game.
Oh, not the Christmas game. I'm talking about the games before that. I think they were
Oh, that
still losing, but still, like, yeah.
yeah, that was actually a good performance. But that double game is getting massively
Yep,
overhyped.
you're right. Yeah,
No,
JP
the league
Shaq.
would not get more viewership if those guys came back. The league would get more viewership if they actually had it like balanced out like they had it last year.
Well, I mean, they get more viewership just because it's better watching these old big names come back than, no offense, but to the G League guys, you're like, who? When you're watching the games, you can like, who's this guy? I mean, some of these guys coming out and they're playing good, but guys, you're like, okay, who the hell is this? I've never even seen this person in my life. So I mean, yeah. But going on to a team where you've seen a lot of who the hell is this guy? I've never seen him in my life. The Magic are gonna get Markel Fultz pretty soon, but within the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna say that's not official or anything, but it's most likely gonna be within the next 2 weeks where he's gonna come back because they're saying if they had to say if anybody's gonna come back before like between Fultz, Suggs, and Jonathan Isaac, they said it's gonna be Markel, and you're already seeing him do on court like remember what that game we went to with the Wizards, right? And Daniel was like one of those guys who was injured and they weren't actually playing, but they were on the court pregame doing the work. Or your phone's more entertaining right now.
I do not know, man. I'm
No
ready for
idea.
Markel Fultz to come back. I hate you.
You have no idea what we're talking about. All right, moving on. Kemba Walker coming back.
Let's talk about that.
Week this week.
No, you already talked about that. Let's talk about the Grizzlies and how my boy John Morant with that layup after a crazy three. That man has no fear.
Nope. Better than Zion, right? For one reason and one reason.
Let's stop comparing him to Zion. All right, I think LaMelo might be a better comparison at this point, and even then, I still think John Morant is a better guy.
John Morant is better.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. How much time we got in the NBA section?
I have no idea, but I mean, one more thing I want to talk about for the NBA is Trae Young. He's like averaging, I think, like the most amount of points in the NBA. And there was all this talk in the offseason when they said they were going to change the rules, right? So you can't like draw the fouls anymore. And they said, oh, Trae Young's production the cliff because he's not going to get the free throws anymore. Oh yeah, he's still getting his points, and he's still in the Madison Square Garden fans' heads. The Christmas after Trae Young or whatever, like he wasn't even playing in the game, and he's still in their heads. He literally owns like 99% of Madison Square Garden right now.
It's so
more
funny.
entertained on the phone.
No, I just saw Bleacher Report just capping about Russell Westbrook saying that Jalen Green threw her down on him when Russ was just literally trying to intercept a pass. I mean, I don't know how's that considered a poster.
Okay. All right. We have anything else?
The Russ slander gotta stop.
All right.
Because of one game. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say keep it moving. There's not much more we could talk about as of right now.
Okay, so we're moving on to the college ball fun part. So I know you were kind of upset you didn't get to have your takes on the Georgia, Michigan, and Cincinnati, Alabama games. All right, so I'll give you JP set the timer for 2 minutes. He gets 2 full minutes just to talk for himself on the Michigan, Georgia, and Cincinnati, Alabama.
Oh boy, no, we're not doing that. It's not
Why?
necessary.
You were mad that you didn't get your time. I'm just giving you your time to talk. I'm gonna sit a back seat and let you talk. You ain't even talk.
Why? All right, so let's talk about some college football. All right, well let's talk about some past games that had happened. All right, starting with the big one that we want to talk.
No, 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 no. You can't do that. You wanted to talk about Georgia, Michigan. Talk about Georgia, Michigan.
I hate you.
No,
Wait,
I'm
time is
giving you
running
your.
too.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. All right, so let's talk about Georgia, Michigan. All right, that game is possibly going to be more of the two competitive games. I think it might be closer on paper. Maybe Georgia may show out and probably beat the Georgia we expect Georgia to be. Who knows? I don't know. Is Michigan's offense is going to be ready for that one for that Georgia defense? I'm not too sure. Let alone, and I think that that quarterback they've been playing right now, I do not remember his name on top of my head, but I think that guy is going to put on a show with that Georgia offense. I think there's going to be a lot underestimated going on with that Georgia Michigan game. It might not be as close as we like to think it is. It's been a great season for Jim Harbaugh, but it didn't matter if you're gonna give Georgia Jim Harbaugh or Ryan Day. I think Georgia would have won regardless, no matter who you throw from the Big Ten. If you want my honest opinion, might sound a little outrageous at the time, but I have a funny feeling that's not even been 2 minutes. Anyways, I mean I don't think that game won't be as close. Now for the Cincinnati Alabama game, I was trying to say last week. I think guys like Jerome Ford and Desmond Ritter, along with a defense like how Cincinnati has been playing, assuming there's no slip ups with that Cincinnati team, I think that game maybe actually be a lot closer than we would like to think it's going to be. But who knows? It's Alabama in the playoffs. We have not seen Alabama at its full potential at all this season, so we gotta wait and see how that game turns out. But as of right now, and call me crazy, I have Cincinnati winning that game. You'll see it. I only did it just to be different, just in case if Cincinnati wins, I'll be like, what's that Thanos meme, Mace?
They call me a madman, but I
Yeah, they
also
call me.
picked Cincinnati, so it's not much
You
of a
pick.
madman.
I hate you. I hate you.
I picked it before.
No, I picked it before. I didn't know you picked them.
I picked them since like last week.
Look. I feel like a back like Jerome Ford is going to give Alabama some trouble on that defense. Alabama's defense doesn't look as convincing to me as they were a few years back. Now, Desmond Ritter can be suspect. I'm going to say that right now. He could be very suspect. And I'm very curious if we're going to get the suspect Desmond Ritter or we're going to get the Desmond Ritter that wanted to be a Heisman all season long. So we shall see. I would also like to see how Cincinnati's defense would respond to the Heisman candidate Bryce Young as of right now. I would love to see how they
Heisman
respond to
winner.
that. A Heisman winner now. Okay, Heisman winner. How did I forget that?
So there's one thing that I think is going to make or break the Alabama-Cincinnati game from determining if it's going to be a blowout or if it's going to be a competitive game. It's if Sauce Gardner wants to say he wants to be a top corner in the NFL draft this year. You need to do your work and stop up Jamison Williams. No John Michie out there to go kill Cincinnati on the other side of him. So Sauce Gardner, you want to be a top pick and a top player in the NFL. You need to go.
He's calling you out.
You need to not be like what happened to Sean Wade last year and actually play well, because I mean we saw what happened with Sean Wade last season in the playoffs. I mean he got torched. I mean you can also be like an AJ Terrell and get torched by Jamar Chase in the playoffs and then come out and actually be pretty good this year for Atlanta. But then again, you need to do your work and put some clamps down, please, on Jamison Williams. I want to see it. That's what I think is going to make or break that game. And Georgia and Michigan, it's going to make or break is I think is how Alabama's defense isn't disrespected into this game.
No, they're not
disrespected.
They're just tweaking all season long, Mr. J. Peeps. they've been tweaking all season with some suspect games against LSU, Texas A&M, and those kind of teams. You could say LSU could be a tough opponent no matter what, but LSU was being led by a coach. Yeah, they were. LSU was
They were
very
being led by
dysfunctional.
Max Johnson. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that's
Why it was
all you
tough.
need to know. There is no excuse for Alabama to have that game close as it was to an LSU team led by Max Johnson. So no, from
All
what I've
right.
seen, I mean Alabama may try and make a statement to Cincinnati, but would people even take that statement seriously because it's Cincinnati?
That is true. I mean, he is
That
one
is
of the best
true.
linebackers, but I mean, you said they're underdogs, but I mean, they shouldn't be underdogs. They should be the favorites. But I just
Who
want to see
who
them
said
chaos.
Alabama's the underdogs?
Him, Will Anderson, their starting linebacker.
Will Anderson needs to shut the hell up immediately for that because
He's just trying to hype himself up. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just they're
well,
not
nothing
really
wrong with
underdogs.
that, but I mean that the fact that he's saying that they're being slept on and they're being underdogs. I mean he's obviously just trying to seek attention. Like, dude, you'll realize I picked Cincinnati out of a joke, kind of, because in reality, deep down in my heart, I know for a fact Alabama's gonna win. I just picked Cincinnati because I thought I could get away with the Thanos meme saying they called me a madman, and
Why do you
also
think
do
I
see
picked
some.
the Saints last week? I thought I was gonna get to do it in case they actually won. I didn't think they were gonna win. Like, I mean, I knew they were gonna win against the Bucks. I took the +11, but this week I ain't know. But honestly, based on
Based on the stats, he should have been a Heisman finalist.
I mean, yes, no, but I mean, they really don't like putting defensive players. It was impressive enough that they had like Aiden Hutchinson be on the ballot, but them committees really don't like putting
The
defensive
committee is
players on
very
them ballot.
biased. We know that. Look,
Yep.
look. All I'm asking for Cincinnati, win or lose, is that they make a respectable game and let everyone know why they belong in the college football playoffs. Because if they lose this game,
The group of five ain't getting it ever.
actually, remember, Ace, they are changing the format. I completely forgot about that in the
Yeah, it's
back of
gonna be
my
12
mind.
teams, but
Yeah, an AAC team should be able to have access to the college football playoffs
well, I
as
mean,
long as they're top 10.
since we're talking about AAC teams, I mean, let's talk about this UCF UF game, shall we? 'Cause, I mean, they were saying, I can't remember who said it, but somebody said they said UF kind of plays soft now. It's not like how they used to be, and I
Stop
think
it. UF just didn't have the guts, and
UF
UF.
also had like five guys out the door. Like their footer was already out the door. Emery Jones, Cofield, and some other
That,
guys. They were
hey,
ready to
hey,
go out.
you know
And
what?
they
I know
have an
something.
interim coaching staff.
The only excuse UF will get is that not having Zach Carter. That's the only excuse they should really have. They have every other starter that they had from the season that is not hurt.
I don't give them any excuse. UCF came
So
out and they did their business.
there is no excuse for University of Florida fans. None whatsoever. They don't get an excuse. They don't get no rights, no nothing. UCF won that game straight up in their mouths.
Yep.
Also,
Did we do a pick for that game? I can't remember.
no, I don't think we did.
How did we not do a pick for that game?
I do not know, Ace. I do not know. You're
Oh
gonna have
yeah,
to
I'm
take
asking
that.
the wrong person. I'd be asking producer JP why we ain't
Yeah,
have
I was about to
a pick
say
for that
that.
game. But I was.
Oh, we got a
This is
comment.
a
Let's
good
check out that
question right
comment.
here. This is a good question. I want to know the end. What do you think? Why do you think this is? I want to ask.
If a player
next
says they plan to transfer to the end of the regular season, why are you suiting up for the bowl game? I don't know. Have more highlight tapes, I guess. Even though it wasn't even convincing highlight tapes for Emery Jones, I do not know, JPs. I really do not know. Also, shout out for Nate Craig, converted a massive fourth down conversion for UCF. He looks kind of good. I pray to the Lord he makes it to the NFL draft. I'm not sure, but I'm rooting for
You
that
know,
man all the way.
well, I don't know. Who do you think got a better shot, him or Malik?
Malik had that touchdown though. He finally got one for Tampa. But look, you know what? I really do not know between the two. I mean, Malik didn't look very convincing this season either. So
This is a question we should have asked Freddie Stevenson when we had him on last week, J Peeps. I think we would have got a good answer out of him, like how we did for the pre-draft process. I think this would have been a good one. Exactly. You already don't want to be there next year. Why the hell you should be there this year to finish?
I mean, if you said you're going to transfer, at least say you're going to transfer after a bowl game. Have someone else that actually wanted to be a Gator play quarterback.
Yeah, you're taking the opportunity away from somebody else. But
And if it, look, I'm going to say this right now. UF has so many plays that could have been touchdowns that didn't go through just because of Emory Jones. So, I don't know. He might be like a Spencer Rattler level type of player if you ask me. Because of how
I
bad
mean,
he.
there's that. I mean, which other game? Oh yeah, we have 5 bowl games actually now that have been canceled from COVID. I think UCLA is the next one to do it now. But it's getting kind of weird. I mean, you better hope Michigan, Georgia, Cincinnati, and Alabama. Make sure y'all do.
Danny Weldon has graduated from University of Florida. That is not happening, Jordan Peoples. All right, Danny Weldon. I think Jordan wants to talk some smack with you. Maybe you should come on the show and talk to smack between FSU and UF. Invitation is all yours. I'm going to add you on Twitter as well for this.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I mean, y'all 4 teams, make sure y'all keep it safe because, I mean, it'll be kind of sucky if you have COVID decide who's going to win these playoff games. Same thing for the NFL. I mean, guys, just try to be safe so we don't have to see some practice squad players be playing in a playoff game. That just make the game look absolutely horrible like we did last night. But that's all I got to say. We need to go on to hot topics. I think we've been here over 12 minutes by now.
Yes, I think we have. I think we talked about the games we really wanted to talk about. So, yeah, let's keep it moving.
Yep.
One more thing,
That was
though,
fun.
J Peeps. I do need you to dig in and see if Nate Craig does have another year of eligibility or this is his final year of college football. I do need you to check that out for me. All right.
All right, some lightning news. Back to hockey for a little bit in hot topics. We had Braden Point return tonight for a COVID depleted but leading Tampa Bay Lightning, where I think he actually had a goal
That's
tonight
a
in
big
his
deal.
return.
That's a big deal.
He already had a goal in his return, so that was kind of fun to see. You have Kucherov. He still hasn't even practiced full yet, but he should be coming along soon. You have Sorelli, Sergachev, and Vasilevsky, notable guys out with COVID. They have backup goaltenders and like AHL quality goaltenders right now playing for them, so it's kind of weird. But I mean, their NHL said they're gonna postpone all Canadian home games for a little bit, so they did that today. So just keep that in mind. Last game.
Oh my god. That was registered senior, or that was so. So the only way he could probably continue playing is probably through a
Oh, he
graduate.
had a second goal. Point's got 2 goals now.
Only way
In the
Nate
first
Craig can
year.
continue playing college football if he wants to
Oh, we're talking
keep
about 2
working.
things now. 2 different things.
Oh yeah, no.
All right, you talk your thing and I'll continue.
Yeah, so I think the only way Nate Craig could continue playing college football is if he does like as a graduate transfer. I don't know. We shall see what Nate Craig can do. We're rooting for you, Nate Craig. We are rooting for you. All right, back to your thing.
All right, so yeah, the NHL postponed 9 games for the Canadian cities with the attendance restrictions in some of these provinces or whatever they're called in Canada. So there's gonna be a little break from Canadian games for a little bit, but there's that. So that's our hockey talk for. So I mean, Jay Peeps, I know you want to just chime in on the comment section. How ready are you for this fantasy football Super Bowl championship, whatever the hell they call it nowadays, for the penalty? What you got to say for that one? Any words you want to say? This is gonna be fun, I think. With your team. I come in first year. See if I can come and upset the champ. Probably not, but whatever. You think you ready? All right. Nope, wrong comment.
Wrong comment.
There you go.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, the thing popped up. Never mind, peeps.
All right, so who you starting this week at wide receiver? Because I mean, you got a couple guys. Who you gonna start? Because you can only start 3 of them, so you have to start Tyreek. I'm assuming you're gonna start Antonio Brown because he's got the Jets. He's gonna shred them, and you're gonna take Waddle. Other guy you have. This is for the start, I should say. We're not doing it running gun. So Flash, who do you think he should start this week?
Between
Between, I'm assuming he's gonna start Antonio Brown. He's got to start Tyreek Hill. So is it between, if this thing would actually load on my phone, Jalen Waddle or the hell is this guy starting? Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's got to be Jalen Waddle.
I say waddle, 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 like a penguin.
I say the Penguin. Penguins got Tennessee. St. Brown's got Seattle. Got to flip a coin on somebody. If I lose off of a coin toss, bruh, something ain't right here. I mean, who do you think I should start, Fly?
No, do not flip a coin on that. Your decision is going to be Jalen Waddle, Jordan Peoples.
There you go. Listen to this man. All right, who do you think I should start? Saquon Barkley or Keenan Allen? I think Keenan Allen. Saquon's been a bust this out. Saquon's been a bust this year. I don't care if he's playing Chicago and they're bum defense, but whatever.
Keenan Allen.
Chargers been inconsistent, which is what we need to talk about, but we need to talk about the week we had last week for the holiday specials. I mean, we had a big week last week, don't you think, Flash? We making some noise.
We had a verified guest that came on the show.
We had Christopher Voglu, a Sports Illustrated writer, and then Anna Direct, future director I think it is now, Freddie Stevenson. So I mean, we were popping off last week, and we just got more things to come for next year.
I'm excited. So
I mean, JP's got anything to say in that comment section?
In the meantime, I'm interested about the the Jaguars coaching situation. Are they just offering everyone a position at this point? Hey, they should just offer Jason Garrett.
I'm not gonna lie, that last 5 seconds of you talking would have been, I would have swore was on like the 2.0 times 2 speed on YouTube. The way how you were talking so fast, that's what it sounded like. I'm like, okay.
No, they should just hire Todd Bowles.
Just hire Brian Leftwich and get it over with. God damn, it's not that hard. I mean, I know they're gonna screw this. They're gonna screw it up. I just feel they're gonna screw it up.
If the Raiders do not get Todd Bowles, you should get him immediately, or else that would be the dumbest thing you have ever done, Jacksonville. But hey, you know what? I think being owned by a dysfunctional owner that thinks that his team should be playing in London. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're meant to be dysfunctional. Who knows? Maybe Trevor Lawrence should probably get his trade request in.
I mean, there's gonna be two teams that needs to hire either Brian Leftwich or Eric Bieniemy. Bruh, nah.
What happened?
Nah. They need to get this shit out of here. Come on now. Kellen Moore, really? Dude ain't even that great. Like, what the hell is wrong with people? I'm probably get burned with this in like 2 years or whatever, but still, I'm gonna say he is not better than Bieniemy and Leftwich and Bowles. Come on, get this shit. I mean, Dan Quinn's even of a worse interview. I mean, they saw how bad he fell off. Quinn? Yeah, Dan Quinn getting an interview too. Oh, come on now, y'all deserve to be garbage. Y'all deserve everything y'all get if y'all botch this up. You too, Chicago. You need to either hire Leftwich or Bieniemy. Okay, now, come on now. They really need to hire one of these.
There's better coaches out there floating around, and you want to hire those guys.
They looking at the Cowboys who've had one good year in the last how many years to think, okay, let's go hire one of these coordinators. They're so good. Really? How do you know it's not just Dak, Zeke, and CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper making everything go? I mean, it doesn't take a genius coordinator to make those offensive talent pieces go. So I mean, I'm just don't screw it up. But I mean, before we wrap this up, what was your best part of the holidays?
For me this year, getting this new mic. Now everyone can hear my loud voice, crisp and clear.
Thank you.
Now, now,
We need to,
now,
when we get the running
now,
gun back, we're gonna have a
now,
rant, JP, you and me. Come on, let's go. I'm ready.
now, now, y'all could hear my voice extra loud, extra quiet. I think extra loud so you can all hear my little rants a little bit better.
I need to set mine up. Mine's just sitting here. I ain't got it working yet.
Poor Ace, he's not that tech savvy, so
No, I just like was trying to figure this out in 2 seconds.
I figured it out in 2 seconds before I hopped on. Well, you can't. And you
Ha ha ha. Whatever. All right. But yeah, JP, when we get the
everyone,
running gun back, we're gonna have a rant about this coaching situations, and it's gonna be so much fun. Well, yeah. What was your favorite part of the holidays besides getting a microphone?
my favorite part of the holidays? I don't know.
Not
I
working for a
mean,
bunch of days.
yes, not working for a bunch of days and having my mind to clear off and getting some Christmas money though so I could buy stuff I could actually want for Christmas. I got new fish tanks because I love my fish. If you guys,
All right.
I might have to post my fish on Twitter. Maybe people will love it. Another thing that's considered best part of the holidays. I mean, Spider-Man. I mean, of course. If,
Season
I know, but
like Popeye's turkey.
yes, Popeye's turkey. Peeps, I'll tell you this right now. I miss the days when we went to Popeyes for lunch. I really do. We gotta do that again sometime before you go back to school. Added more love to it. What about you, Ace? What was exciting for you for Christmas?
Not going to school. Does that count?
Yes, that does count.
Not going to school for 5 weeks. Sounds great.
Get used to it.
Yep. Because got to start back again in 2 weeks. Boo. Whatever.
2
All
weeks
right.
is-
But with that being said, you want to just wrap this up, or you want to talk about the other coaching hires for the Jaguars screwing it up?
No, no more.
I'm done with that. I'm gonna have another rant with it, so let's not do it.
Yeah, we're not going to burn time on that. If anything, I'm just going to say I think the Raiders may end up getting Todd Bowles. So.
If they were smart, they need someone to come in and fix that culture, and I think Bulls can do it.
Oh, no, they are a coach away from making noise in the playoffs. Made a friend last night. Oh, that's cute, Jordan. With all that being,
by the way, before we wrap this up, rest in peace, John Madden. I forgot to put that.
How can we forget not to talk about Madden?
That came up after I made the script, and I didn't put it in. I completely forgot until I just turned it. Yeah, rest in peace, John Madden. I kind of forgot. I know it was like kind of weird. Like, didn't he just have that documentary like on Christmas Day?
Yes.
And then he like died, and I'm like, dang. I mean, rest in peace, man. You got your own video game. That's kind of cool. Anyway, like one of the great coaches.
He has football games named after him every year.
Yep.
And they're gonna keep probably naming him after him.
So
until kids.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you, Joe Matt. Rest in peace. You know how we do it. All right. With that being said, guys, thank you for the last episode of 2021. It was wild. It was fun. We had some good things, setting up the foundation. We're gonna make a run next year. What do you think, Fly? I think we're making a run.
I think next year we can make a big run.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the show quality could be way better too.
Hey, JP, so. what do you think is gonna be our subscriber prediction by the end of next year? I think we're gonna be over 500. I'm shooting for the moon. I'm saying I think we're gonna be over 500 by next.
I do not pay attention to that, to be honest. I only pay attention to us working on our quality of our videos.
That is true. I
think that should be a bigger goal than to worry about subscriber counts.
Well, if we work on our, we're gonna bring in more people, and it reflects in the subscriber counts. You got to think about that too, Fly.
Rydell Anthony, where you're at, dude? We've been trying to get you on the podcast.
Anthony, come on.
People say Rydell Anthony.
Rydell? Is it Rydell or Riddell? I have no idea.
That's what I heard on the tapes when I was watching his clips.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I know his son. I call him Riddell, so I don't know.
All right, but with that being said,
Wiz Green is also welcome on the show, especially on his track and field takes. I would love to have that guy on the show.
JP, where's our background for the closing thing? We need to have the thing running on the bottom. Come on, you're sucking on us here. There you go. You know where to find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Be a friend, tell a friend.
I like that echoing on the mic. That's pretty good. But yeah, Your friend, tell a friend. Like, share,
Like,
subscribe.
share,
Retweet on
subscribe.
Twitter. Spread the love, guys. Spread the love.
I think.
Except COVID. Don't spread COVID. That's not a good thing for some people.
Don't
But
spread
I
COVID,
guess.
please.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna get Danny Weldon on the show so he can face off against Jordan Peoples. I would pop my popcorn for that.
Okay.
I'm gonna add him right now.
All right. Guys, see you next year. It was a fun one this year. Thank you. Good night. Have fun.
Y'all have a happy new year, all right?